little witches, welcome back. Yes, you are seeing me look exactly the same as I did in the last video that you saw, and that is because I filmed it directly before filming this one. And that's just how it works in YouTube land. And today we're going to chat a little bit about love magic. I'm going to show you some spells, but first I wanted to just talk about the thoughts and considerations surrounding love magic, because it kind of comes up a lot as one of those things that you shouldn't do. Now, I will say, I am not here to police what you do or don't do in your witchcraft practice. I don't care. What you do and your moral and ethical stance on things makes absolutely no difference to me. So you do whatever it is you want to do. But you do hear about that a lot online, that you shouldn't do love magic just like as a blanket statement, and I don't agree with that. I have some caveats of what I want to do in my own life, so I thought I would explain those to you before we jump into showing you spells. Because I am going to do spells. Mentioned that in the last video that my friend is coming over to specifically do love spells and love magic to align with Valentine's Day to attract love into her life. So obviously we do love magic over here, and I am fine with that. Another caveat before I tell you other things, I am straight, so I default to saying he, but this works, one of the advice I'm about to say, and these spells work for any gender identity, any gender preference. So just take that for what it is. Here's my opinions, thoughts, I guess, on love magic. I think it is perfectly fine to want to attract romantic love into your life. The reason that people don't always like love magic is because it can be seen as a form of control, and that you are taking away a person's free will if you are specifically targeting them to come into your life as a romantic partner and to be in love with you. And I do think that things that you might not imagine could go wrong with that scenario, that they might become obsessive with you, and they're not the person that you thought that they were, and you don't want them in your life anymore, and then you have to do some sort of cord cutting to figure out how to get rid of them, and it can all just turn very dramatic very fast. So I personally would not do a spell that targets a specific person. I am perfectly fine doing the love magic where you're just attracting general love. That's what we're going to be doing for my friend. Attracting general romantic love into her life. So she is open on her end for finding the right partner and for putting out the vibes that she's ready to date somebody. And she is not targeting that to a specific individual. She actually doesn't even know anybody or have anybody in mind, but that's not the point. The point is that she is opening up to the whole wide world. Send me, my person, let's do some dating. I am open to it. And that's absolutely fine. I would think if she were wanted to target a specific person that she knew, I wouldn't be comfortable doing that for her. But mainly because my thought is, if he didn't want you before the spell, why would you want him after? That's my thought. He's not good enough for you, honey. He's not. If he didn't like you before, if he knew about you and you tried and he wasn't interested, and then you're going to do a love spell and make him interested, do you even really want him anymore? Like, I wouldn't. Like, you're not worth it. You should have seen my potential and fabulousness before. So that's my thought on that. Why would you even want him at that point? Let it go. But it really is a ethical and moral decision that you need to make for yourself of where you fall on that spectrum of doing those more controlling love spells targeted towards a specific person, not doing anything related to romantic love at all, or someplace in the middle where you are open to love or you want to do self-love spells. That would also fall under this category of love spells and things that you could do at this time of year that would be particularly boosted by all of the Valentine's Day Lupercalia energy that we've got going on in this upcoming week. So that is what I'm going to talk about and show you. First of all is attracting the love spell, and also a self-love spell, because I think that is a very important part of it, to just love yourself and increase your confidence to know what a catch you are, and accept that somebody out there is going to realize that as well. There's a lot of mindset change that comes along with love spells, being open, being confident in yourself, and appreciating everything that you have to offer. So a potential partner would be able to see that as well. So let's dive into the spell work. All right, first we're doing the attracting love spell, but you are going to notice that the attracting romantic love and the self-love spell are going to look very similar because they have a lot of the same correspondences. And we are just using those correspondences because like attracts like, and we are trying to attract love. So we are using things like the color pink and rose quartz and some herbs here that are associated with love in order to attract more of it towards us. This is just the example of what I am going to be doing with my friend when she comes upcoming this week, and it will be, when she's here, tailored to her. So you should tailor this to yourself as well. What we're going for here is to make a little potion in here, and in this bottle is the moon water that I did on the full moon. It's just, again, another added correspondence. If you don't have the moon water, that's fine. You can use whatever water that you do have on hand. But I am going to use this moon water. I'm going to place the water in this bowl and add some of the herbs to it, and then have a crystal here that Megan would be able to work with. Either of these work fine. I'm going to do that one for now, and have a spoon, or you can also use a wand. The first thing you're going to want to do is do a little journaling exercise, or just get very clear about what it is that you are asking for. It would kind of be like making a online dating profile. I assume. I haven't done online dating, but you're being very specific about what it is that you are looking for and your future intentions, because it's very different if you're just attracting, a romantic love for the week, as opposed to you would maybe like to get married one day and have it be more of a serious relationship. So you're just getting specific about that idea, and journaling really helps you with that process. So once you have that, then you are going to add the water here, and then add in any of your herbs, or if you have any oils in these herbs or any that are associated with love to you, you can do that as well. I have rose, lavender, and chamomile here. If you have jasmine, that works as well, but it really is up to you what sort of herbs and oils you would associate with love. So we're going to go ahead and add a little bit of each of those into the water here, and just generally think about those specific intentions while we do that, and let each herb know what it is that you are asking it to do by adding it in here. Now I've got the 2 pink candles here. If you want, you can carve any sort of sigils or hearts on the sides here. You can light your candles. As the candles are burning down, it makes a good time to sit here and again think on specifically what your intention is, and you can go ahead and stir your potion here, and then use your spoon or wand to tap 3 times. 3 is just a general number. If you have a different lucky number, you can use that as well. And here would be a good place to insert some spell words, a specific, like, 1-sentence intention. You don't have to speak it out loud if you don't want to, but just something like, I invite romantic love into my heart and my life. Something that would be easy for you to remember because you are going to repeat it later on. And you can obviously make that more clear and specific to your intentions, but that is a very good place to start. Once you've sat with it for a while and you feel in a good spot to send it on its way, go ahead and tap 3 more times. And you can extinguish the candles to send that spell on its way. And now you're left with a rose quartz here. And this would be your talisman to keep with you to remind you of this spell and keep invoking the magic. So for every evening for the next 2 weeks, hold on to it and speak the words, that 1-sentence phrase that you came up with each night. As you do, tap on it 3 times. And keep that with you, and that therefore keeps your love, intention, and spell at the forefront of your mind. If you would like to, you can absolutely relight those candles each night for the next 2 weeks as well, but completely optional. Now then, for self-love. Again, we are using these same correspondences. You need a pink or white candle and just a small space where you can set up. You also want a piece of paper, pen or pencil, and then your favorite essential oil. You'd also want a small mirror. It's really hard to film a mirror with YouTube, so just imagine that it would be set up here. It's something that you are going to be looking into. So you want to go ahead and light your candle. While you are focusing on the sort of warm and gentle light representing self-love, you want to take your rose quartz crystal, hold it in your hand, and again, feel its sort of gentle self-love energy. When you have that mirror in front of you, use that mirror to really look at yourself and appreciate yourself and all of your beautiful aspects, which might be hard for you. That's okay. Just be gentle and gracious with yourself and just notice your own beauty and uniqueness. Take your pen and paper and then write down any positive affirmations about self-love on your paper. It could be, I am worthy of love, I am confident, I accept myself unconditionally. There are so many different ways that you can make positive affirmations about loving yourself. After you do that, you want to anoint yourself, like your wrists or your pulse points, with your chosen essential oil. You could use any of the ones that I talked about in the love spell. I also have a gardenia oil here, and I have pre-made oils and roller balls from other companies that I just really like the smell of. So that one is from Earth and Alchemy, and then I have a solid perfume here as well. That is, of course, from Fiction Bath Co., the main character from the Crescent City books. And this smells really good to me. So it doesn't have to necessarily be associated with love in the same way that the attracting love spell was. This is something that smells good to you, that you particularly appreciate. And you are going to just rub that on your wrists or any other pulse points, again, while focusing on the specific sensation of like warm, gentle self-love. Again, repeat the affirmations that you wrote down. And then feel free to sit with this for a while and let that energy fill you. And once you are done, in order to seal the spell, you can hold the piece of paper over the flame without lighting it. It's just getting a little bit warm, so don't get too close, because that candle flame will just be infusing that piece of paper with the positive energy. Once you're done, you can extinguish that candle and then fold up that paper as something that you can carry with you, whether you stick that into some sort of locket or amulet that you wear, or you stick it into your wallet, just keep it on your bedside table, whatever it is, you can keep that as a talisman with you as a reminder of that self-love. That's everything that I have for love magic this week. Do let me know what your stance on it is, if you're going to be doing any form of love magic for this coming holiday, if you're going to be celebrating in any way. You don't necessarily have to do spells or rituals to observe the holiday. Let me know your plans down in the comments. That's everything that I have this week. I will see you next week.